Okay, welcome to another episode for the Aikido Metaversity. In this episode, we're going to look at the concept of Naka Ima, as Mariana Sensei lectured about last Sunday before last. Naka Ima means living in the here and now. Now, I could explain it, but what I'm going to do, please come on and just briefly introduce yourself again, just so everybody knows who's here. Yeah.
My name is Pomena.
Pomena from Bulgaria.
My name is Omri from the US.
Last time it was California. Anyway, so thank you all for coming. So what I'm going to do, you can have a seat. I'm just going to read, this is a translation of what he wrote in his blog, but it has basically the same message. So Living Here and Now by Chairman Koritoshi Maruyama. There was once a phrase that was popular among those interested in American spirituality. Here and now. It is the corona disaster, you know, and although I have not been to the US for several years now, I may still be using this phrase. It means live in the here and now. This is a completely different meaning from what is called ephemeralism in Japan, which means don't dwell on the past will never return. Worrying about the future, which has not yet to come, is just an unnecessary thought that takes up a lot of energy. You are alive here and now, do your best in the present. This is the meaning of the phrase, do your best in the here and now. This phrase was originally a Zen phrase that took root in the region when the late D.T. Suzuki, 1870 to 1966, spread Zen philosophy in Europe and the United States before and after World War II. Although I mentioned the word Zen, there was actually a word with the same meaning in purely Japanese kokudo, or basically, you know, the Japanese roots before that time. So Zen is a branch of Buddhism that originally came from China. It entered Japan in the 6th century. Shinto existed in Japan long before that. So Ko means ancient. So ancient Shinto is much older than Zen in Japan. What is this called in the ancient Shinto religion? The idea of living in the now, as I mentioned earlier, is that now, at this moment, there is a slight passage of time. Do you understand? I'm writing this manuscript now. I'm concentrating on writing this manuscript, and that is all I'm concentrating on. This is the Zen idea of living in the moment. There's a flow of time through writing. However, in the ancient Shinto concept of Naka Ima, which literally means inside the moment, Naka Ima, there is no flow of time. In other words, when you write a manuscript or touch your fountain pen to the paper, that moment is Naka Ima. The moment and momentary are synonymous. To give you an idea how fast a moment is, Japan has a unit of measurement for numbers. 1 hour is 60 minutes. The word minute is read as bu. Which applies not only to time, but also to money. In the old days, a peddler in Edo, Tokyo now, used to say, I will not lose even a minute or a millimeter. The 60th part is the ko, and the 17th part is like dividing like 17 times, is the moment. The 17th is the moment. Since the finger before the moment is the finger, the speed of 1/60th of a finger pounding sound is called a moment. In other words, to put it simply, Naka Ima means to turn your body and mind to what you need to do at the moment without thinking about anything else and to move first. In Aikido, this is called directing your ki. If you think this is too much trouble, it will not become a moment. If someone says something is unpleasant to you, you should smile at that moment. In that moment, do not think about anything, but move first. Your facial expression and body will move at 1/60th the speed of a finger pounding. There is no room for emotion, not even a moment's pause. This is truly the essence of Buddha. Live each day with these words in our hearts. So that's the message. And then a couple other things I just want to add to that. When my teacher, and actually Maruyama Sensei's teacher, Tohei Sensei, went to the United States in the 70s, there was sort of the end of the hippie movement, or, you know, there was a lot of hippies, especially in San Francisco. You're from California, right? Well, what happened was, you know, when they're young and the music was pretty good, you know, we had really good music in those days, and they're hanging out on the street and they're stoned and they're like, they got the jeans and the long hair, and it was kind of cool. The problem is those same people are still there, but now they call them homeless. I mean, not all of them, some of them kind of graduated from that. But what partly created that was this be here now idea, because it really appeared, the other idea that Suzuki Daisetsu spread was that of do nothing. or do nothing, think nothing. So that's munen muso in Japanese. And it's a Zen idea. Do nothing, think nothing. Well, for those guys, hey, yeah, that's pretty good. You're not going to work, like, do anything, just hang out, cool. But the problem is they miss the essential point, is that it's not just, like he said, ephemeralism. So there's no future that we can know of, and the past is gone, so just kind of enjoy yourself and hang out. So that's different from this idea of being able to move instantly in the, what he calls setsuna, which is 1/75th of a second. It's really, really short. To be able to move in that moment. So I think it would have gone a different way if they'd called it not be here now, but do here now. So you'd be able to act, be able to move anytime. And one other quick story, and then we'll start practicing. Toei Sensei went to San Francisco and he saw this guy on the street corner. He's kind of zoned out, and his eyes were like glazed over. So he thought, this is really unusual. He put his hand in front, no reaction. So he wanted to take a picture. As soon as he took a photograph, the guy demanded a modeling fee. That's a really funny story. So anyway, that's not what we're practicing, but what we are practicing is setsuna, which means the 1/75th of a second. It's just instant, no gap between action. Now, how does that apply to Aikido? Well, obviously, when you have someone attacking you, you don't want to have action-reaction. Now, what does this look like? Please stand. So let's just take this slowly. So we're going to practice Shaman Uchi. So you're going to, there's a concept of ma'ai. So ma'ai is the minimal safe distance, the distance at which I must make a major body movement to reach you. Now, you don't have ma'ai now because I can reach you without making a major body movement. But if you step back a little bit more, basically one way to do it is put your hands out like this and measure. That's a rough estimate of ma'ai. I can't really reach you, I can't really kick you without breaking that space. So you want to be able to instantly find that space. Now, when you invade my space, first thing, what's the first part of your body to move?
My foot or my hips.
Okay, that's for what most people think, okay? If you take my Namba class, you realize that that's actually not the correct way. It should be the tanden. Tanden moves, and then the legs are engaged. And then lastly, the arms. But when people think, oh, Shaman Uchi, they just think of the name. Oh, I gotta do this, so they move the hand first, then the legs, and they maybe don't even move the tendons. It's very weak. There's no power in this. So what you want to do is, yes, you want to move the hand, but you want to engage. Let me see if I can do it. Just kind of follow. I want to engage first my mind. That's the first thing to move. So I make the cut, and then one way you can actually close the space here is go like this, rather than going like this and this. Right? So this is just a T-bone step. It's just a fast way. And the thing is, if you have a hakama on, like Plummy does, you can go like this, and it's not even noticeable. Your movement is just almost invisible. But you've actually closed the distance. Now you can come up here. So the first thing to move is the mind. And that's the instant. That's the setsuna part. And then the body responds first from the tanden, and that draws the foot here. And then the foot comes, and the arm last. So the arm, drawn from the sword, basically it's in the center. So it's not like in the old comics, boom, don't have that kind of time, right? So what you want to do is come up the center. So you're almost cutting twice. You come up the center and then down. So please practice that way, just the attack itself. Okay, but you have to strike for here. So you can move in closer. Okay, but you moved your front foot first. You move the back foot first. Okay, it's better. It's still not going to reach me though. It's closer. But you mentally have to cut me here first. Relax, and then it's like a foot. Yes, okay, that's good. Now, when he does that, that is a serious attack. So, but when do I notice that's coming? Of course, in practice, we decide, okay, now we're going to practice this. So I know it's coming intellectually. But when do I know viscerally that it's coming?
When my arm raises.
Okay, that's way too late. But that's a normal answer. Most people will answer that. The reason is that it's going to be fast, right? It's going to be like that. I don't have time to react if you're going to do that. So my cue is movement of your mind, or your ki, sometimes we say. So as soon as I feel the ki coming, then I go into motion 2. Okay, so and you keep going. I go into motion 2, but I meet you on the way down. See, okay. Now, if I wait for your arm to go, then at the very fastest I could do to go up kind of a little bit slow. Very fastest, oh, his arm came up, and then I meet you here. That's not Aikido, that's colliding, right? And so what I want to do is actually go up at the same time as you are. Now that seems almost impossible to most people. How can you do that, right? But I can feel the movement of your ki. If your mind is calm, like a lake and a wind blows across it, makes ripples. So as soon as your mind goes, okay, and then I can be here waiting for you. And instead of blocking you, I just turn this upside down like this. Yes, nice ukemi. Okay, and the other side. So I'll just go. Now, I have plenty of time now, actually. But if I wait until the arm is up, it's too late. You see the difference? Okay, now I'm going to do it, and then I'd like the two of you to practice. So see if you can spot the breath of wind that we call ki. Basically, it doesn't have any really shape, but it's like it's coming, you know. And then and then the technique, of course, we haven't taught yet. But what you want to do is meet me here, but not to block, but take me down this way. Okay. So basically, you're going to go up and then down. So actually, we have an exercise called Ikkyo. So let's practice that a little bit. Each knee. So the hips come in with me, please, on camera if you can. So the hips come forward, and the arms kind of dangle behind. Sometimes you see dancers move that way. You know, modern dancers that move like this. They're moving the center of the body first. So the arms stay behind, and then they swing up to here, to eye height, hands facing each other, like you're going to give an applause. But the fingers stop here at eye height, and then the hands come down, and then they come back together. So each knee. So it's hips, hands, hands, hips, hips, hands, hands, hips. Don't raise your heel. Hips, hands, hands, hips. Hips, hands, hands, hips. Other foot forward. Hips, hands, hands, hips, hips, hands, hands, hips. Okay, so that's the motion, except that when you come down, you're gonna take the hand like this and just, it ends up in this position. So try that with me, and then I'll ask you to do it together. So I come up here, okay. Okay, now you don't want to, this hand should not even make contact. It should just be ready. It doesn't make any contact yet. It's just ready. Now it makes contact on the way down. If you can get the timing of that, you're going to be much better off. Because what a lot of people do is they think, oh, I see, I have to use this hand, the elbow hand, to come up, attack, okay, I have to use the elbow hand to move. The thing is, if I have my weight underside, we call, to try it with a, it's not going to go anywhere. And meanwhile, I can still. So this hand is ready, but it doesn't touch. Yes, yes. And you take this down, and then that will break my balance and take me forward. So we'll do the pendulum, but just get the that motion. So I'll do it once more. So, okay, you attack. Okay, wrong foot. Usually use the back foot, but it doesn't matter. Because even though I was expecting you to come on the other side, I can still respond. But basically, you want to attack in the I hanmi. This is gyaku hanmi, which is the opposite hanmi. So you want to have the other foot forward. Same hanmi as me, right foot forward. So you come in, and I just take it down. Okay, other side. Let's just practice that part. Okay, boom. Okay, and you don't have to stop here. Just come right down. Okay. I just took it. It's very fast. Okay, try each other. So when you actually strike, you can start in either hanmi you like, but if you're If you're doing here, then you would just move your foot here, because you want to end in the I hami. But if you happen to be in the other hami, then you're going to have to come in this way. So you're tackling the I hami, same hami. Okay. Okay. Don't go back. Just go up. Okay. Come in. Okay. Yes. Okay. And take it down. Okay, and the first point of contact is this hand, but this hand is just ready, but no contact. Gets on the way down. Okay.
He picks up his hand, so
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can.
yeah. Well, don't stop here. You have to actually continue. But even when he continues, still, as long as his hand is going in this direction, this hand should not touch. It catches on the way down. Okay. And don't stop. Follow through. Yes. Okay. That's good. That was very fast, actually. I mean, I think it would be hard to catch on camera. We'll know. We'll know later. But it's really, really fast. Try it again. Now. Yes. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Other hand. Other side. Now. Good. Okay. Now. Okay. Your hand is, both hands are meeting at the same time. So don't touch. Just be ready.
Because it's different.
It doesn't matter. You have to learn something new. my sensei would sometimes change completely from what he taught the previous week, and then from that day we changed. So you have to live in the moment and not. I mean, when you practice in your old dojo, you can practice that way. But what we're doing here, you should do that. And it's not that complicated, actually. It's just the simple instruction is that you meet, this hand comes on the way down. So it's, that's all. That's all. It's a simple thing to change. Okay, yeah. Now, I'm ready to try. Oops, don't go to the side. This is a temptation because, and it comes from thinking too much of this hand. It's pushing to the side. It's just straight down. It's like a bicycle. It's like a bicycle wheel that's moving straight. So this hand comes first, this hand follows it, and then this comes to the side. Take it slowly, just so you get the mechanics. Comes up, yeah. Oops, okay. First of all, it's not this, it's this. So let me do. So you move when she moves, so you actually meet up like this. This is the first thing that happens. I'm stretching her skin and her ki straight up. Then I come down, this hand is ready, but it's not touching. I just turn it over, boom, and it's very fast on the way down. Now, go ahead. Okay, don't use the heel of your hand. It's like a bird landing on a branch, right? So you need the thumb here. But it's not like going like this. It's just, basically, this is the first time it even engages. Catch it on the way down. Yeah, okay, that's good, but put the thumb over. Think of a bird on a branch. It needs to have yeah, that's right, yeah. The bird has to have a thumb or a toe behind it, otherwise it falls off the branch. Okay, try the other side. Oops. Take straight towards her face. Okay, now you're just slipping off the bench. Yeah, okay. But see, you're also going to the side. We want to just go straight. So turn your hips so that you're still facing straight to her center. Yeah, that's better. That's better. That's much better. Okay, good. Okay, try that the other side again. Good. Okay, don't slip off the bench. Yeah, yeah. And don't turn your hips, but keep your upper body straight. Your shoulders facing straight to that wall. Okay, up again. Okay. Okay, it still looks to me like two motions, up and down. Can you do it as one motion? Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, okay. Try. Okay, that's better. It's still, there's a slight hesitation and then a turning. Just one. It's basically just down, except that it starts up. But it's one motion. Okay, sits now. Now, yes, okay, that was good. That was good, especially because it's the first time you've done this. That was excellent. Yeah, keep the heel down. Okay, other side. Now, okay, did you hear that?
Yeah.
That's the delay. So you want to move even faster, or sooner, I should say. Now, yeah, good, okay, that's silent, right? Okay, no, on the intro. Okay, pretty good, but it's still here and here. It's still two motions, it looks like. Just down. Only, don't even think going up. I mean, you go up, but don't think down.
Don't be scared, hit me.
Yeah, just go through, follow through. Yeah, she's a black belt. Don't worry, you can't hurt her.
A lot of slaps.
Yeah. Okay, that was good. Yeah, that was good. Now, there's still a little bit of a sound there. See if you can do it without that sound, which you're almost there, like that close. Just see if you can do it like, just start a bit sooner. Yeah. Okay, pretty good. The one thing I think will help is, it looks like you're kind of ready for the motion. Can you just take out that? Just don't have anything ready. Just mind is calm, and then try. So start from the 0 point. Yes, okay, that was good. Okay, and then I'll try again. Okay. Yes, okay, still a little bit of sound. That happens, and sometimes maybe you stop and stuff. But okay, but that's really good. Now, the next thing to happen, as you might expect, is the pin, right? I mean, most schools of Aikido practice that. Did you know that the pin was not originally part of Aikido? There were no pins in Aikido. That Ueshiba Sensei introduced that, not, actually it was before the war, but he introduced it as a health method to stretch, but it's not martial arts. In judo, which is a sport, not a martial art, they have pins on the ground, and so like you could get the guy, you get his neck, and he can't stand up, but you can't stand up either. So it's not a martial art, it's a sport. You gotta put them on their back. And in Aikido, we pin face down, which is already better than that, but there was an incident Maruyama Sensei tells about, I think it happened in the 50s, where somebody had a black belt in Aikido from the Aikikai at that time, and he was working in a convenience store or something, a small shop, and these two guys came in with knives to rob him. Hey, it's a showdown, right? So he actually did this technique and had him pinned on the ground. And then the other guy ran away, right? So he was able to, he had him pinned nicely, which is pretty impressive. So he was able to call the police. But it takes the police at least 10 minutes to get there, and before they got there, the guy came back and got his knife out and killed him. So his training actually killed him, the habit of pinning. So we're gonna practice pinning, but just remember that was not originally part of it. So what was part of it was a throw. So it's a forward roll. So you take them, you come in. So here, and then bump, just a forward roll, just roll out. That's really what it used to be. Because you want to make the distance, okay, bump, and then bump. Yeah, that's the way it used to be. The pins came much later, and nobody knows this, except people like Maruyama Sensei, who's 87 and spent 14 years with Master Ueshiba, so he remembers these stories. But anyway, that's more for knowledge, because we didn't practice it before we came in. But so let's look at, let's see, this video is going to be pretty long if we keep going there. Let's just look at the pin, just keeping in mind, okay. So first of all, I go up, and I just take this down, right? So this is the first step. The next step is I put my knee here, and I kind of push you forward to break the balance. And then what I want to do, is this on camera? No, can you move back a little bit? Okay, what I want to make sure to do is get this arm more than 90 degrees, okay? Then I put my knee against your ribs, and I stretch this out on the wrist, stretch out in the same direction of the key, and then I just kind of roll the inside the lower finger line, roll this here, okay, and then you try to stand up. Okay, so that's just a pin, but this is for health. It's not for martial arts. Okay, so you want to experience it, so you try me, the hand. So you come here. Sorry, the other hand. See, because I'm in this hand. So I just take this down. So that already does it. Let's try it again. So just to show, it's not 1, 2, it's just 1. It's very fast. Then I put my knee here. I break your balance. I make sure this is 90 degrees. Then I take my knee against your ribs, and I stretch this out here, and this one over. And look the other way. And can you stand up? So it pins the whole body. So please practice this a couple of times. Okay, follow through. When you strike, really intend to go through. But what's going to happen is she's going to reverse it like this. Okay, good. That was a nice single motion, make it more than 90 degrees. Your knee in his ribs and make the arm angle more than 90 degrees. And then stretch this here, just the skin. And then you can kind of move the muscle off like that. And if you feel pinned, then yeah, okay. But this is for health, remember. Okay, other side. Oops, it's a 1-2 motion. So don't, I think it's coming from being like ready. It's like if I took a photograph, it looks like you're about to do something. Be ready in this sense, but not in this sense. Try it again. Now, okay, that's good. Make 90 degrees or more, yeah. Stretch the wrist skin out, and then kind of move the muscle off the bone, yeah. Good, okay. Very good. Now I'm ready. You try. Okay, that was definitely a 1-2, maybe even a 3-4. Now, okay, that's still a 1-2. Try it again. So remember, I think what's happening is you're thinking you need to kind of catch the hand and then turn it down. It's not catching the hand, it's just dropping the hand. So for that to happen, you have to be here at the same time she is. And then you just, boom. Okay. Now, that's better, yeah, except you're going to the side a little bit. See, what's happening is, if you go to the side, then it doesn't break her balance, right? You want to take this hand and turn it towards her so that it goes all the way down and her knee touches. Much better, okay. Nice, okay, now come forward, put your knee in and break the balance. More than 90 degrees. Get your knee, get closer, get your knee against her ribs. Bring both knees forward. And kind of sit a little bit Seiza style, yeah. And stretch the skin. Use the, relax. Stretch this, yeah. And then this one, you just take the meat off the bone. And then check with her if she feels pain. Oops. Okay. So you don't see. You just stretch the skin. We talked about the fascia before. Relax. Just stretch it so that her ki is coming out here, and so she can't. And then here, this was here. That should make the pin. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So because you're trying to use strength, she can leverage it. Let me try. So and that will happen to anybody who has any experience. They know that you're just grabbing the arm, right? What you want to do is stay relaxed. Stretch the skin out here. See, I'm not putting any tension here. And then here, I'm just kind of pinning the ki this way. Now, if she still manages to get her hips up a little bit, which is sometimes possible, you just take your elbow and go giddy. Not on the spine, but on the ribs.
That wasn't the ribs.
Oh, yeah, it should be on the ribs. Okay. Now, okay, go to the top. Good. Oh. Now, okay, that's 1-2. You hear the sound? It's not 1 and 2. It's just 1. Yes. Okay. Yeah, it's better than before, but I think you're still kind of muscling it a bit. And it's less than 90 degrees, which gives her more leverage. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay. Well, okay, that's good enough, okay. Now, I don't know if you realize it, Amri, but you're actually, what you just did, at least not for the pin, but for the throw, is pretty advanced. Because it's just one motion. In Iaido, what that is, it's draw and slash. Nukeuchi. So in other words, I don't draw and go, bum, 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 like chambara, just like in some of the old movies, It's just done. So that's what we're aiming to achieve. And you're doing it pretty well. And you can tell it's working, and also there's no sound. So well done. Okay, so you try. And follow through in your strike.
Oh,
Yeah, you attack. Yeah. But see, you're already in the I hami, so you're gonna have to use your left hand in that case. Or you can switch hami and move forward and then strike with your left hand. So it's your choice. Now, okay, not bad, but still a sound. So don't make a sound. Follow through. Yes, that was nice and silent and very fast. Okay, good. And finish. More than 90 degrees. Stretch it out. Yeah, good. Okay, other side. Yeah. Okay, still, it's good. I mean, it's working, but it's still a 1, 2. Just make it 1. Only thing down. Yes, yeah.
No.
Okay. Well, better than before. Yeah. Now, oops. Okay, too bad, still ain't gonna sound good. It's somewhat counterintuitive to think just only think down when you have to come up first, right? But if you've already completed it in your mind, then it's not counterintuitive. So remember, I want to do this entire motion before you even start. It's just done, right? So I don't have to do anything like this. I can just be here. Just done. Okay, and then done. Okay. So you just want to think that it's coming from higher up. Boom. So he goes up and I go up at the same time. We both go up at the same time. And sorry, let's make a sound here. Try again. We both go up at the same time. And then down. Boom. So I just take you down. I don't do any leveraging or using the hand or anything like that. Okay, so maybe that's for the length of the video, that's enough. But the main principle is that you want to move in the Setsuna moment, which is 1/75 of a second. So it's done before it even starts. It's finished. It's already determined, right? And the samurai of a high level could feel that. So sometimes they would face off with a potential opponent and they would just not even try it because they know it's already done. They would apologize and leave. So that's what we're kind of aiming for, the ability to move instantly. And then if you don't have that, like if you have the bad habit of always thinking things through too much, this is another thing Mariam Sensei said, I'll just finish with this then, the lecture part. He said that many times people don't act or they're late. Late to class, late to decide on their career, late to everything. And so because they don't act, they get confused. What should I do? Then what do? They ask people's advice. And they sometimes get a number of opinions, but they'll go with somebody's advice. Things don't go well. Who do they blame? The person who gave them the advice. They never take responsibility. So, or everything becomes like mendokusai. You know that word? It's just troublesome. I don't feel like it. Oh, I can't get up. So this is something that you develop early in your life, right? So now, like if you're obviously if you're short on sleep, you need to get sleep. But let's say you've had enough hours of sleep, you need to get up. Don't wrestle with it in your mind. Just do it. Just get up. Do here now. And if you make a habit of that, you're not going to be late, and you will be your Aikido will improve, and you'll just have better timing and everything. Any questions before we close it out? Okay, good. Okay, so that is sort of the essence, and I'll post the notes from Mariama Sensei's lecture in the metaverse, but I'll just close it out here. Where is it? Okay, stop.